thing.
Well, yeah, I thought you were ready for the button to for the button to be booped.
I need a little signal.
I'm really sorry. Well, that was my signal. Me going.
That was the most non-communicative signal I've ever heard. Greetings, Austin.
Tell everybody your battle cry, Brennan.
My battle cry, I just tend to ape the Schwarzenegger for too long. It's too long that I do it, but.
And then mine is.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I know, right? It's perfect.
I couldn't deal with that. I'm sorry. So sorry. Slink away now. No. Harrowing stuff, truly. But this is, of course, Omnicorner, and I am Omnibrennen. Back this week with a few new entries. There's only one omnibus released this week, but there's a couple really cool sort of thick paperback collections that I'm going to get into. But yeah, I'll start us off with Doom Patrol Omnibus by John Byrne and Chris Claremont. Even though it's got John Byrne's name real big on the spine there, he actually did co-write this with Chris Claremont, or at least some of it. You know, it's a co-collaboration. But yeah, this is a series that they did, I believe, I want to say in either the late 80s or early 90s. But it was around the time that John Byrne was doing JLA, and so during that time they sort of reintroduced the Doom Patrol, and then it was in the issues of JLA, precisely JLA number 94 through 99, included in this book. And from there, they did what a lot of comic series will do. They will sort of ghost pilot certain characters in another series, only to sort of immediately spin them off into a separate series. Sort of like currently, as an example, Jason Aaron's Avengers had the story arc about Namor sort of going crazy and in a fit of rage, destroying oil tankers and usurping the sea and kind of driving out humanity. And then that, of course, spun into the events of Chip Zdarsky's Invaders series, which was very good. Just check out both those runs. But this is, of course, John Byrne's Doom Patrol. Yeah, like I said, it spun out of JLA, and this gives you JLA number 94 through 99, as well as Doom Patrol 1 through 18, as well as a couple side issues that John Byrne did for Doom Patrol, including Secret Origins Annual number 1 and Superman number 20, where he sort of redressed the characters. What can I say? It's just a fun, fairly short-lived Doom Patrol series. This is, of course, DC's fourth Doom Patrol omnibus. There is the Doom Patrol Silver Age omnibus, the Doom Patrol Bronze Age omnibus, and then there is the Doom Patrol by Grant Morrison omnibus, which is massive. This one's not quite as big, but it is, yeah, definitely a fun collection. Like a lot of his works, John Byrne does the pencils as well as writing for the story. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of various Avengers. You get sort of classic Doom Patrol members like Robot Man, like Negative Man, like Elastigirl, as well as the Chief. But you also get new members like Grunt, Nudge, and Vortex. So they're definitely sort of trying to expand the roster of Doom Patrol. And yeah, you get encounters with you know, a vampiric overlord named Crucifer, which is a heck of a villain name, Crucifer, as well as encounters with ancient beings, sort of prehistoric, or you know, being ancient beings that are looking to sort of mysterious, trying to take over the world in some way. As well as I need to save various people, especially some oil tanker workers from sea monsters. Like I said, it's crazy. I have not gotten a chance to read this series myself, but yeah, you know, if you're a fan of John Byrne and Chris Claremont, who are both very big sort of Marvel legends as well, definitely worth a look. So that is our one omnibus today. Now this is, I usually like to do some complete collection paperbacks whenever they come out. Now this one's not necessarily a complete collection, but it does an interesting thing. This is the new paperback Taskmaster, Anything You Can Do. So, as many of you might know, Taskmaster, famous, maybe famous isn't the right word, but pretty cool Marvel villain. Taskmaster is getting his film debut in the upcoming Black Widow movie, which I'm super excited about. I'm really curious to see what they do with him in that movie. He's pretty cool. Despite his sort of colorful appearance, you know, equal parts goofy and equal parts awesome. The Taskmaster costume, he's got the hood and cloak with a skull mask, and he kind of wields a bow, a sword, excuse me, a shield. And he's a mercenary, essentially, with one distinct ability. He can mirror anything he sees. So basically, he gets a lot of his skills from watching footage of various heroes like Spider-Man, or Captain America, or Hawkeye, and simply by viewing their moves, their techniques, he's got a perfect memory that can interpret their moves, their style, and immediately he can match it with his own physical talent. Yeah, so it makes him a pretty particularly deadly foe. Maybe like a lot of newer or younger comic readers who may have, like myself, gotten introduced to this character via Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where he was a playable character. I was not super well versed in Marvel comics. I was just sort of getting more into it as that game came out. And so I remember being excited for a lot of the characters, and then being kind of perplexed by this sort of weird skull-faced dude who seemed to mimic everyone else's fighting style, because that's his thing. So yeah, he can shoot a bow like Hawkeye. He can whip a shield around like Captain America. And yeah, he's got a lot of strength, agility. And this particular collection is cool because it's perfect for people who are unfamiliar with this character. It kind of starts you at his first appearance, and then sort of gives you various appearances from different series over the years that he's made in other people's books. What am I trying to say? Essentially, yeah, he's a villain that has shown up in a lot of people's series. He's someone that occasionally when a character has to needs a roadblock in their arc, they'll send in Taskmaster to be sort of this big kind of oh crap, he's got to fight Taskmaster. And yeah, he's usually a man with a lot of plans of his own. He even at one point started his own crime ring where he trained mercenaries and criminals for the sole purpose of fighting heroes and becoming this sort of mercenary ring. I think they were the crime circus or something like that. But yeah, just kind of give an example of how all over the place this trade collects. You get the Avengers number 195 and 196, as well as 223. Marvel Team Up 103 and 146. You get Thing number 26, Amazing Spider-Man 308, Iron Man 254, Daredevil 292 and 293, Deadpool number 2, Hawkeye, Earth's Mightiest Marksman number 26. So yeah, if you want to see what Taskmaster does, the best way to see him do it is against a variety of different heroes. And yeah, in this particular one, you're getting to see him come across the Thing, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, Spider-Man, Deadpool. Yeah, this is a great collection. Like I said, not necessarily a complete collection or an omnibus, certainly, but it's definitely kind of performs a similar function in concentrating stories of a theme or of a particular character into one cool volume. And lastly, this is the one I'm most excited about. So, if you watch me in videos, you will probably constantly hear me gushing about Ghost Rider, and one of my favorite ones, one of the best runs, is of course the Jason Aaron run on the character. Now this is the Complete Collection Volume 1, came out a few months back, but just this week, today actually, they finally rounded off with the Ghost Rider by Jason Aaron, Book 2, The War for Heaven. Yeah, and that sort of caps everything off. So that's the complete Jason Aaron Ghost Rider. Jason Aaron's run is really great because, like a lot of things that he writes, he very much digs in and expands the lore and really finds out what from pre-existing lore and things that he can dig from and twist to sort of create new stories out of. That's what he did with Ghost Rider specifically, who's got a really interesting sort of lore backstory in sort of Judeo-Christian mythology with heaven and hell and demons and monsters. And yeah, this is, like I said, Jason Aaron's one of the best in the business. This particular volume takes you from the middle of his run up to the very end, including, as you see this cover here, this cover was from the Danny Ketch miniseries from that time. It was a side piece because at one point you see the return of Danny Ketch. The story primarily revolves around Johnny Blaze, who is the first flame-headed motorcycle riding Ghost Rider from the 70s. Eventually in the 90s we got Danny Ketch, the second Ghost Rider. Now he hadn't shown up much in this series until a bit later on, and this sort of explains what's going on with him. That miniseries, Danny Ketch, which was at the time called Addict, was about him sort of falling to the influences of his own power. His original series saw him lifted of the curse of the Ghost Rider, and it bestowed back on Johnny Blaze. And we didn't see him much after that, but then yeah, you cut to here, and suddenly you see all these years later, he's kind of an alcoholic, he's kind of downtrodden, he's not happy, and he kind of misses the curse of the Ghost Rider because even though it sort of overtook his whole life, it gave him power, and he realizes he really misses that power, and like a lot of flawed characters, he strikes a deal. He strikes another deal to get his power back, and that puts him at odds with Johnny. But eventually, it's revealed who it is that's been setting them both up this whole time, and realizes that person exists in heaven, and that's where the war takes place. Yeah, so you get Ghost Rider Danny Ketch 1 through 5, you get the continuation of the ongoing Ghost Rider series 33 through 35, and then the climactic final arc, which was Ghost Rider Heaven's on Fire. That was 6 issues. Yeah, if you're interested in Ghost Rider, I highly, highly recommend checking out this run. It's one of my absolute favorites. As well as checking out the current ongoing Ghost Rider run by Ed Brisson and Aaron Cooter. I've been, like I've constantly said, I've been waiting for a cool, new, ongoing Ghost Rider series for a good long time, and it's finally happening, and it's awesome, and Aaron Cooter's art is so good. And yeah, Ed Brisson can write a Ghost Rider story with some moral ambiguity of all things, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, come check it out, and honestly, I'm going to go ahead and slap the extra 5% on Ghost Rider here, so look out for the retina burning pink and purple neon tag that says 15% off. It'll be propped right under the book there. And yeah, I don't think we have any other stuff going on. Galentine's night was was a big success, I'm told. I got to snag a cookie before I left. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think we have anything else as far as big events going on. As always, check out Austin Books Back Issue group on Facebook. If you're looking for specific back issues and things that we might not have here in the store, send a message to that group. We'll check it against our warehouse. We've got it there. We can send it here to the store, or we can mail it to you. We'll work that out. As well as, we do a lot of videos. So there's not just this one with me rambling on camera by myself for a chunk of time. There are other ones. If you watch, you may have seen Super Ty and Comic Book Brando's exploration of our new releases each week on Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll be on a video with my Throwback Thursday cohorts, usually Ghost Host, Jesse Dusk, and Defquan 1. Hopefully we'll have everybody on that video. Scheduling can be difficult when it comes to getting everybody together on a video. We also will probably have another Indie Note coming up this Sunday, as well as Manga Monday, you guessed it, Monday. Yeah, we explore all sorts of books and recommendations, as well as slapping 15% discounts on things like we like to do. Chop those prices down a bit. As always, we do 10% off all of our graphic novels and manga, and yeah, that's just how cool we are. Yeah, I think that's it. As always, I've been Omnibrennen, Omni to the people. I'm just gonna slink off this way.